Yeah.
Let's get it going. People, what's going on? It's Eagle Talk Football. We're back again with another video. I just seen Aston Villa sign Joao Felix, and people are trying to tell me he's a baller. Get the hell out of my face. That guy's going to flop at Aston Villa. He's terrible. I'm happy Arsenal never signed him when we were linked to him, because I think he would have. I think Eddie Nketiah still would have started over that guy. He's useless. But yeah, guys, do me a favor. We got a lot to talk about today. Gabriel Jesus is wanted by Al-Ahli. Mikel Merino, Arsenal are back in for Mikel Merino after Calafiori. We also have rumors about Eddie Nketiah headed to Marseille. Newcastle are in for Ramsdale. There's so much going around with Arsenal today. We got to get into all of that. But before we go any further, big up to my guest for today. What you saying, Halfway Hooks? You in the building? What you dealing with?
Yeah, no, I'm good, man. I'm good. You know me, just plodding along, trying to grow, trying to get famous like you, man. Don't worry. Soon come.
Bro, I ain't famous, man. I'm just an average Joe, just like everybody else. Do me a favor, guys. I will be doing a call-in show tonight at 8 p.m. So stay tuned for that. We will do a call-in show and get everybody's takes on everything around Arsenal. But we need to talk about some of these rumors, bro. Everyone wants Arsenal to sign a striker. That could happen, That could happen, but something has to happen before that. Something has to happen before that, in my opinion. But before we go any further, do me a favor, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, and let's click the intro before we go. We've been talking for too long before we hit the intro. But yeah, let's get it going. Bang. Hello, yes, people. So let's get the show started. We are now going to look into some of these transfer rumors and look at everything going on. The Calafiori has not been named. First things first, let's go to Calafiori. If you guys don't know, the deal is pretty much done and dusted for Calafiori. Arsenal are going to be signing Calafiori, and he has not been named to Bologna's traveling squad for their preseason to the south of, what is that? Is that a country or a city? What is that?
It's I don't know. It's in Italy though, somewhere in Italy.
Never heard of it. It's actually in Germany, no?
No, it says it's in the northeast of Italy. So
No, it's in Austria, bro. That's Austria.
what?
Yeah,
I don't
that's
know
a
why.
city in Austria, Western Austria.
Okay, all right. Well,
Okay. It's uh, part
lucky
of
him.
Austria. If you ask if it's part of Austria, it's what? I'm confused. Is it part of Austria or is it part of Italy? You're right. It's very close to the two, though.
It might
But
be.
hey,
It might just border both. To be
listen,
honest.
I'm not too familiar with geography, but when it comes to Calafiori to Arsenal, we know that deal is gonna get done. I'm excited. How you feeling, bro? Arsenal get their first signings through the line, and it looks like it's gonna be the left back / left center back. How you feeling about that? Big
No,
up to you. Good morning, everyone. Also in the chat.
yeah, I'm feeling good, man. It's about time. We finally got it done. We got it done for a good price as well. And he's just gonna give us a whole bunch of qualities on that left-hand side that we've been lacking, right? The way that I see it is it now allows us to play Timber on the right and he can invert, and Calafiori can pretty much do on the left what Ben White does on the right when we invert from the left. So it just gives us further flexibility and further unpredictability in match preparations for other teams. So happy to see him join, and I'm hearing that he may not be available for the Bournemouth game on Thursday, but he's going to be joining up with the US squad, and hopefully we can see him against either Manchester United or Liverpool. So yeah, I'm looking forward. I'm really happy about this signing.
All right. Let's go to the next thing. Big up to everyone joining from Never a Foul. I see you guys. Yeah, Turin's divided between Austria and Italy. Bro, everyone's telling us we don't need a left back. We don't need a left back. You need a striker. You need a midfielder. Why are you signing a left back first? And I made a great analogy on Never a Foul earlier. When you're in the grocery store, if you need to get cheese, milk, and bread, doesn't matter what order you get it in, as long as you get them all. Right?
Pretty much. Yeah, pretty much.
So with the window coming close to an end, we're gonna have to get all our other signings. But getting the Calafiori deal first over the line is a massive part. Do you think Arsenal will need to sign a central mid if Moreno, or does that depend on Partey leaving? Now, Yeah, somebody's saying Egal made a great analogy. LOL. Yeah, for once. We did actually have some news on Thomas Partey, which was spoken about earlier. Let me go find that. So there was a Partey thing that was floating about. Where is that? It was a couple weeks ago where we were speaking about Partey, and I think specifically what they were saying was Thomas Partey. Here it is. So James Bench reported this on the 18th of July. He said, from what I understand about Partey's situation, it is independent. Uh, he is intending to stay for the final year of his contract. Everyone is talking about Saudi Arabia, but there is no conversation with the people over there in Saudi, and there's no offer from any Saudi clubs. So at this moment in time, Thomas Partey does seem like he will be staying at the club, and Mikel Merino's transfer is not linked to Thomas Partey, but actually Mikel Merino's transfer might be linked to this man right here, Emile Smith Rowe, as Emile Smith Rowe could be headed out of the club, and rumors flying about a lot of potential transfer rumors about Emile Smith Rowe and where he could end up. So Emile Smith Rowe was also given the captaincy in the last game versus Leyton Orient. This is usually the kiss of death from Mikel Arteta. Every player gets like that little goodbye before they leave. We've seen Lacazette get the armband before he left. We've seen Kieran Tierney get it in preseason before he left. We've seen a lot of people before get that same treatment. If I'm not mistaken, let me just show you guys right here. Joe Willock also, Rob Holding. All these players coincidentally wore the armband in a preseason match before they ended up leaving. So that could be another step towards him heading out the door as he was given the armband. It's kind of interesting right there. But quickly, just to talk about what this comment was saying, I don't think Thomas Partey is directly linked to any midfield signing, but we will sign a midfielder.
I think what they're asking is if we sign Merino, will we then go and sign another central midfielder, or will that depend on Partey leaving? I think that's what they're trying to say. So, which I think if we keep Partey, we won't make another central midfield signing. But I do think that if we get rid of him, on top of Merino or whoever it may be, I think we'll go out and sign someone else, or maybe promote someone from the youth. I don't know. I don't really want to block Nwaneri's pathway. So, at least that's how I'm thinking about it.
No. But the thing is, they're looking at Emile Smith Rowe as the player who leaves that we're going to bring in a midfielder. So say we sell Emile Smith Rowe, which we are linked to selling him, and we're going to speak about him in a second. Once we do sell Emile Smith Rowe, the player that's going to be coming in could be a Mikel Merino. That's where this conversation I was thinking was going to begin, because Thomas Partey's sale might not be linked to a midfield signing, but Emile Smith Rowe's might be. And big up to everyone who just subscribed to the channel. Please do like the video also, guys. How is it that we're 8 minutes in? We have almost 160 of you guys in the chat, and we don't have too many likes yet. Please do hit that like button. It is absolutely free. Now, let's talk about this Emile Smith Rowe thing. I got 21 likes already. Do me a favor, guys. More likes in the chat. That really helps out the channel massively, as we got 152 of you guys in the building. So what we need to talk about is Emile Smith Rowe. Do you know how many offers have come in for Emile Smith Rowe, bro? Like, when I say offers that have been coming in for Emile Smith Rowe, we've gotten so many offers for Emile Smith Rowe from Crystal Palace, from Fulham, and they've even had some that were rejected recently. So let's look into this a little bit deeper. We know that Emile Smith Rowe is going to be leaving the club. We know that Emile Smith Rowe's sale is potentially going to be the replacement for him is going to probably be that midfield signing that we make. And this is all based off of rumors from, of course, Football London, from Kia, from a lot of different people reporting over the last couple of weeks. But one thing we do know is that Crystal Palace and Fulham have had bids rejected. Bids up to the price of 36 million rejected. So do you see a situation where we end up getting the price that we want from either Fulham or Crystal Palace, as they both have Emile Smith Rowe as their number one transfer target? And we're not too far away from what we want, which is around 35 million for the player. Their last bids were 29 and 30 million.
I think it's good that we've got two clubs in for him, because then effectively what that means is one club may not want to pay 35 million, but I think as soon as one of the clubs put in a 35 million bid, then the other club will probably match it, and then it's down to Emile Smith Rowe where he wants to go. I'm kind of sad to see him leave, if I'm being honest. I do feel like he was hindered by injuries, but if we can get around 35 to 40 million for him, that's full profit. And that helps balance out our books. And I guess that helps us invest in other areas of the squad. So yeah, man, gonna be sad to see him go. I think Crystal Palace will probably be the better move for him than Fulham. So hopefully he can get that, and hopefully when he does move on, he no longer has to deal with the injuries that have kind of stalled and I guess ruined his at least the latter part of his career at Arsenal.
I think it's just a situation where when your program when your club is developing and growing, once you get to a certain stage, unfortunately certain players surplus requirements or are just not keeping up to the level that your players are improving at. Because Martinelli has improved, Saka has improved, Emile Smith-Rowe has been injured and hasn't had the opportunity to play enough to show his level of improvement. But his career has stagnated due to injuries, and Mikel Arteta did not really get an opportunity to use him last year because of all the times where he was just not available. So I do think it's going to be a situation where it's going to be sad to see him go, but sentiment has to go out the window as we need to start winning major honors. Mikel Arteta did say, though, he wants to keep him, but we know Mikel Arteta, he's going to say whatever he has to say to get more money from these transfers, right?
Yeah. No, definitely, 100%.
Don't worry about that. Chido, Obi-Martin, we spoke about this. I did a whole video on it. You guys can go check it out. Did you have anything to say on Chido Obi-Martin? He's probably going to end up at Man United, most likely.
I think, do you know what? Yeah, I think he's an idiot. Do you know? And I'm just going to say, I think he's an idiot, man. Like,
why?
Because you're 16 years old, yeah. The first team manager is speaking to you personally and saying, look, we really want to keep you. Yada, yada, yada. This is the plan that we have for you. This is the amount that we'll offer you for your new contract. It's probably a lot more than whatever else any other 16-year-old is earning in the Arsenal academy. And then he decides, okay, I'm not going to sign it. So from what I understand, he's now a free agent. He's no longer an Arsenal player. I don't want to sign it. But now he is looking at joining a club where his pathway is even more unclear because they've just signed a new striker. So yeah, for me, I think he's a bit of an idiot. But you know, I think maybe he's just being misguided by his agents, who's most likely his family, and they're probably just looking at the dollar bill, yo. So it's a shame, you know, but we've had Eddie Nketiah in our academy who scored loads of goals and it just never translated into like first team football. So I don't think there's a guarantee that it will translate. So maybe that's why Arsenal didn't want to offer some stupid, ridiculous contract. So I don't know, give it a few years, see where he's at. I wouldn't be surprised if at some point he ends up in the Bundesliga.
I think Man United are absolute geniuses. Try to get as many young players that are good and have them in your system. You can sell them for profit if they don't work out. And to tell a player you just bought two strikers back-to-back summers, and to get Arsenal's best young academy striker to agree to come to your club, you guys somehow pulled out a miracle, because he had Bayern, he had Dortmund, he had friggin' Frankfurt, he had friggin' Newcastle all interested in him for him to come to Man United. Man United did amazing. For him to go to Man United, he must be getting a really good pay package as from a youth academy level. So give him their credit. We tried our best, but I wish him all the best. And Man United side, amazing for them. From the player's perspective, as long as he gets the opportunities that he wants, it don't matter. We can't be upset about these things. You just get, it's part of the business. You're going to lose academy players. You're going to get academy players. We got Eddie Nketiah from Chelsea. We got Emile Smith-Rowe from Chelsea. So it's like, you can see that. You could see that. We even signed an academy player from Ajax yesterday. So it's like, where is that? Let me go to that.
Tommy Setford.
Yeah, Tommy Setford was signed from Ajax. We stole him from Ajax. Our Ajax had him as their captain, if I'm not mistaken. Tommy Setford, he's English. He's also the under 18s England under 18s goalkeeper, right? He finalized the deal to Arsenal as he joined Arsenal this summer on a permanent deal in the region of 1 million. The deal has been agreed. Also, Kai Havertz got married. Also, congratulations to him. Arteta gets all these guys married, man.
Yeah.
It comes with the contract once they sign. It literally comes with the contract. They get immediately they get married. But yeah, enough about Kai Havertz's wedding. He's gonna be happy when he gets back. We're gonna talk about Eddie Nketiah also, as we need to talk about that. But what the hell's going on here? Arsenal, what?
Yeah, Colin Kazim Richards, he joined our youth academy as part of the coaching staff.
Ooh, I didn't know that. Welcome to him. Who's this? This is the goalkeeper we recently signed. Interesting. And then this is the whole team on the tour bus. Let me just go to when you're trying to find something, you can't find it via the picture. Let me go to this. So where is the Setford picture? Here it is. So Setford is officially signed to the club. I'm not going to really get too far into this, but you know what's interesting? Immediately when he signs, he's part of the team that goes to the US tour. Immediately, once he signed, we signed 2 young goalkeepers and we immediately put them on the goal. We signed 2 underage goalkeepers and immediately put them. We have no first team goalkeepers with the team on training.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's crazy. I've never seen that before. We usually have at least one of them, but 2 of our goalkeepers were at the Euros, so we have no first team goalkeepers with the team right now.
And I don't think David Raya will be joining up with the team in the US. The same with Saka and Declan Rice. So because they went all the way to the final in the Euros. So yeah, that's gonna be interesting.
This is like the youngest team we've ever had.
Yeah,
this is like one of the youngest teams we've ever had go represent us over on vacation in the US tour. Like, how many of the first team players are even on here? Like, let's keep it real. It's Odegaard, Jesus, Nelson, Trossard, Fabio Vieira, Emile Smith-Rowe, Partey, Jorginho, Cavior, Timber, Zinchenko, Ben White. Not too many first team. And how many starters? Not many even. So could that be a bad thing or could that be a good thing?
Yeah, I don't know. Most of our first team is only going to really have like 2 to 3 preseason games. So I don't know. It's a bit concerning, but I don't think we got too much to worry about. And there's still every opportunity that we make signings during the US tour and they just join the squad during the US tour. So yeah, I like Calafiori, for example.
It's going to be exciting to see the youth. Who are you going to be the most excited to see? Because for me, of course, it's going to be Ethan Nwaneri. Why do I keep saying Nawar? Ethan Nwaneri and Miles Lewis Skelly are going to be the 2 that I'm going to be the most excited to see. But also, it's going to be cool to see Omar Rekik, Charles Sengun Jr., some of these guys that I haven't seen play before. It's going to be interesting to see which goalkeepers get opportunities because Karl Heinz going to go out on loan. Tommy Setford, is he going to be a third goalkeeper? What's going to happen from there?
Another one to watch out for is Salah Ul-Ahmad. He's a baller.
Yeah, Salah. We got him from Feyenoord as a young player, and we also have some sad news. As Tomiyasu is injured once again, bro. Tomiyasu's injured once again. Tomiyasu's injuries are the reason why we didn't give him a long-term deal when we gave him a new deal. We gave him a short deal for a reason. He's constantly injured. He's forever injured. And it was part of the reason why we got him for such a cheap price from Bologna in the first place. I don't know. Does he we can't trust him to stay fit.
The Calafiori signing makes even more sense now. Now that you think about it, it makes even more sense. Because now whenever Tomiyasu is injured, we don't need to really worry because Calafiori can just play there. Maybe it's a bit of foresight from Arteta and he's just gone, you know what? You're going even further down the pecking order. Because Tomiyasu is a really good player when he's fit. So I'm just assuming Calafiori will play more games than Tomiyasu, and Tomiyasu will just most likely play maybe 5 to 10 games as a starter a season, and most likely the rest of it will be substitutions.
Yeah. Somebody's tracking flights, Calafiori's flights. What's going on?
He's at the airport, man. He's coming. He's coming.
Calafiori move to Arsenal is being investigated by the lawyers. We always do that. What are these people talking about?
Man, it's just haters gonna hate.
There you go. Enough about that. Let's get into this though. So enough about Tomiyasu's injury. Now we need to go straight into this one right here. Mikel Merino. Mikel Merino wants to be careful with the pathway that he takes. He's declined a new contract at Sociedad. He has Atletico Madrid who are interested in him, and he also has Arsenal, and apparently there's also Barcelona might be interested in him. So at this moment in time, Mikel Merino is preparing to look at his future. Is Arsenal the best option for him out of the clubs that he could potentially end up at? He could stay at Real Sociedad. He could sign a deal with Arsenal and be a part of the squad. He could go to Barcelona and stay in Spain, or he can go to Atletico Madrid and stay in Spain. Honestly, don't look at it from an Arsenal perspective for a second. Is Arsenal the best option for him as a player on a real?
I think that Atletico Madrid is probably the safest option for him. I think Barcelona is probably the most attractive option as a Spanish person. It's all the same with the Spanish people, with Real Madrid or Barca. But I do think for him and his career and exposure just on him as a player, I think Arsenal is definitely the best option for him. I genuinely believe Arsenal will go deeper into the Champions League than Barcelona or Atletico Madrid. So again, he's going to be playing at a higher level more consistently. I do think that Arsenal have a better chance of winning their respective league than Atletico Madrid or Barcelona. So again, he's going to be challenging more. And I just think at this moment in time, Arsenal's just overall a better club than Atletico Madrid and Barcelona. Now, will he choose Arsenal? I'm not so sure, because when you're Spanish, the allure of Barcelona is really, really strong. So, but can Barcelona afford to try and sign him? Because then that will jeopardize their other moves, because they're already struggling for money. And I know that they really want Nico Williams. So, yeah, it'll be interesting to see what happens. But I think Arsenal's stance is, look, Merino, you know that Arteta wants you. He's probably spoken to him many times. And it's just a matter of him sending that text message to Arteta saying, yep, I want to come. And then immediately Arsenal will just trigger the bid. And this one will get wrapped up pretty quickly as soon as we get the green light from the player.
I think it's going to be Emile Smith Rowe. Once he's sold, we're going to potentially have the money to go buy him, and we're going to then pull the trigger on that. But at this moment in time, I just think we're waiting for the Emile Smith Rowe deal to get done before we go and do the deal for Calafiori. Before we go do the deal for Mikel Merino. Now, before I get to all the new news, I'll be honest. If Mikel Merino, for his own career, wants to be a starter and wants to be the main man, Atletico Madrid is probably the best choice for him. If he wants to be part of a team that's going to be competing for the league, Barcelona and Arsenal are going to be the two teams that he can go for. I don't think Atletico Madrid are going to be that competitive next season. And based on what I've seen so far, if Arsenal are serious, we are going to do this late, and he might take the first opportunity or the best opportunity out of the three. So Atletico Madrid might be the best opportunity for him to continue to be a main part of the team, where Barcelona and Arsenal are going to continue to improve their midfield and continue to have more quality come in every window that could maybe shift him to the bench. So if he's just looking to strictly back himself, we'll see. But Atletico Madrid, I don't know how good they're going to be next season, but we're going to have to wait and see how good they are if they do end up signing him. Moving on from that, let's go to Jesus quickly, as there was rumors about Jesus being linked away from the club. If you didn't hear, Gabriel Jesus to Al-Hilal. Gabriel Jesus to Al-Hilal. Ladies and gentlemen, Al Hilal want Gabriel Jesus, and this could mean Arsenal might be back in the market for a striker. If we sell Gabriel Jesus, could you go see us get a Victor Gyökeres at that point? That's the domino to go get Victor Gyökeres.
See, but I don't think that's good. Like, getting Victor Gyökeres is only good. Well, let me not lie, it's good just in general, but I think it's only really like a game changer for Arsenal if we keep Jesus. Because otherwise, we're not really, the squad's not becoming stronger.
Gabriel Jesus is valued at £65 million. If Al Hilal come and give you £65 million for Gabriel Jesus, are you saying no?
I'm not saying no, but I'm just what I'm saying is signing Gyökeres after selling Jesus doesn't make our squad necessarily stronger. Like,
is Gyökeres a better striker than Jesus?
He's a better striker, and if he joined, he would play more games at striker than Jesus. But Jesus is not just a striker; he can also play on the right wing.
Would you sell Gabriel Jesus?
No, I wouldn't sell him personally.
Why would you keep him?
Because he's a baller. Like, he's a player that one of the only players that we have that can create a moment of magic from nothing. He's a player that's like insanely suited to the Champions League. So if we're gonna sell him, we need to replace him. Like, it's just that simple. And I don't think that Gyökeres is a replacement for Jesus. I think Gyökeres is someone you sign to add on to what you already have. Otherwise, what's happening to our squad depth? It doesn't necessarily go up. It kind of stays the same. So if anything, it gets worse because Jesus can play all across the front line. I don't know if Gyökeres can do that. So, but like, look, if they want to give me £65 million, then cool, give me £65 million, and then we go and sign 2 players. But I don't think Arsenal would sell Jesus and then go and sign 2 forward options. Or I don't know, or maybe we sell Jesus. Maybe the plan is sell Jesus and then sign Gyökeres and Nico Williams. Because then, okay, maybe. But I don't know, man. I think Jesus deserves at least another season, and he's been putting in a lot of work over the preseason and has shredded quite a lot and lost a lot of body fat. So he's looking like he's raring to go for the next season. So me personally, I wouldn't get rid of him.
Let's see what some of the people in the chat are saying about Gabriel Jesus. Because in my opinion, if it's a situation where we can shift off Gabriel Jesus and we can go to sign Ivan Toney, I think we get better.
I disagree. I don't think Ivan Toney is a better baller than Jesus.
I think he's a better goal scorer.
Yeah, but you solved that problem.
I think if we go get Victor Gyökeres and we sell Jesus, we might lack in the wing positions, but I think overall as a team we're getting better. Do you disagree with that?
If you get rid of Jesus and sign Toney and Gyökeres?
No, one of them.
So okay, so you're saying if you sell Jesus, so if you, for example, if you sell Jesus and then sign Ivan Toney, you think the squad gets better?
Yes.
I disagree, personally.
Okay. We're not signing Ivan. We're not signing Victor. Victor Osimhen. Obviously, we're not going to sign another striker like Isaac or anything like that. I'm just saying how much is 65 million worth it, first of all, for Jesus? Because I think that would be really good.
Yeah, because we'd basically get our money back that we actually know we'd make a profit because we signed him for 55, I think it was, something like that.
Yeah.
So
Al Hilal want him. Jesus is valued at 65 million. So would you sell or keep him? Simply put, if we get 65 million put on the table for Jesus, I'm taking that money and I'm going to try to go get a striker.
See, I would keep him and I would make money to invest in the squad from selling players like Eddie Nketiah and Reece Nelson, which we're doing at the moment. So I cannot overstate this. Yeah, this guy is a baller. Like, he's an absolute baller. He's arguably one of the only, well, not only because Erdegaard's technically gifted, but outside of that, the only really other technically gifted player that I'm looking at in the Arsenal squad is Jesus. Who else is really technically gifted outside of Jesus and Odegaard? We don't really have anybody. I don't know. I don't think it's worth it. Like, I think that we would sell him for 65 million. I'm not confident that we would actually invest into replacing him in the way that we need to. And then we'd get to maybe December, January time, and we're like, oh, it would actually be really good if we had like a Jesus type player. So yeah, I wouldn't do the deal personally.
All right. Big up Egal and Hook. Smash the like button. Yeah, big up everyone in the comments. Do me a favor. Do please hit that like button. Richarlison is shit. Gyökeres, Jesus, Tony. Oh, okay. So he's saying Gyökeres is better than Jesus. Jesus is better than Tony. Keep Jesus. Gyökeres. Saudi will pay big, I'm sure. Some people saying really they don't rate Tony, I guess. And then what else are we saying here? Iga, you want to sell Jesus and sign Gyökeres? No, I'm just simply saying I think if we do sell Jesus, we'd want to bring in a striker. No, we'd want to bring in an attacking player that can play as a striker, because we'd be down another striker. Am I wrong? If Iga managed Arsenal, we'd be in League One in 2 seasons. Nah, come on, don't do that. Don't do that. Fuck it. Jesus complete. I got no issues. Run it back. If fit, he's a beast for us. That's true. That's true.
I agree. Yeah.
That's true. So I guess more people want to keep him. I did put a poll out there asking people, would you want to sell Gabriel Jesus? And 66% have said no. So it looks like the people in the comment section are agreeing with you. That they want to keep Gabriel Jesus. And do me a favor, we got 162 of you guys in the chat. Hit that like button right now. Now, somebody in the comment section just asked me about the mystery German. Yo, I haven't heard about the mystery German in a while. If I'm not mistaken, the mystery German was Maxi Bremen.
Oh, Maximilian Bayer. Yeah, apparently.
Yeah. What the hell happened? Yo, what happened to the mystery German signing?
So, do you know what it is? Just in general, yeah. I don't know if you saw it. I think it came out maybe a week or so ago that basically the Kroenkes don't want to invest in the squad until we've been able to actually generate some money from sales. So I think what's going to happen is you're going to see Arsenal offload players, and then maybe in the last 2 weeks, week and a half of the window, sign in. This is what I believe. This is why I don't think that we've actually tabled a serious bid for Nico Williams yet, because it will be quite a hefty amount. And I think we are.
We did meet with him, apparently, based on reports that Arsenal had a one-on-one special meeting with him to see if we could attract him to Arsenal.
We can attract him. Like, it's like realistically what I think will happen, at least this is what I think will happen, is he's probably waiting to see if Barcelona can, I guess, generate the funds to get him over there. But I do believe that if Barcelona are unable to generate the funds, then we'll just lock in a move and he'll join us.
We've just got an update from what do you call it? About 1 second. I seen it earlier in the chat. Somebody said that Arsenal. Where is it? Somebody in the chat just said that there was an update, and I just wanted to double check if there was an update. There is, guys. There's an update. There's an update. Big up to the person in the chat who notified me of this update. After Ricardo Calafiori, Arsenal are planning to sign this summer is a midfielder and another forward. Their next priorities. So at this moment in time, our priorities are to then sign another. What do you call it? Midfielder and a forward. And don't forget, we still have to sign 2 goalkeepers if Ramsdale leaves, but we'll talk about that later. Midfielder and another forward. Could that be Mikel Merino and Eze? Mikel Merino and this Maximilian guy, Mikel Merino and Nico Williams? Could it be another midfielder? Who could be those 2 targets? Because I'm not gonna lie to you, bro. This transfer window, it's been tough to hear too much concrete news on transfers. Like, even when the Calafiori news was hot and straight just heard about it, until David Ornstein tweeted about it, I didn't believe it was going to actually happen.
So I don't know. I think that most likely what Arsenal will do is sign a Mikel Merino or a Zubimendi or at 6, and a winger. I at this point, I don't think we're gonna sign a number 9. I just don't think we're gonna do it. I just feel like Arsenal don't feel like there's someone in the market that is of the level that is valuable. Like maybe deadline day a cheeky Gyökeres, but outside of that, I can't see us going in and signing a striker. Like I know that we early on we really wanted Sesko because Sesko he can play striker and he can play on the left wing as well. And for the price we could have got him for, they would have seen that as a very good move. But outside of that, we all know the striker market is dead. There's not really that many good strikers out there. So I think we're going to sign a high profile winger and get a midfielder that can play the 6 and the 8. So then he can rotate with Declan Rice.
Yeah, Zubimendi. I don't know if the Zubimendi thing is going to happen. Ego, because Arteta's ego, you are missing out on Ivan Toney. They met with Ivan Toney one-on-one and they didn't like it. So they gave him an interview. It is what it is. Toney is Spurs level. I hope Toney doesn't go to Spurs. I think he's better than that. But it's sad. Said confirmed that Gyökeres signing according to his sauce. Yeah. Let's see if Saad says that. It's Saad, right? Saad. Yeah. I don't know if Saad is actually has any sauce to confirm anything at this moment in time. But
the source is
we'll see who those two signings are. At this moment in time, we don't know enough about that to say 100% guaranteed this is going to happen or that's going to happen. But one thing we do know is Eddie Nketiah to Marseille is getting really hot. And when I say getting really hot, it's getting really hot. We've been given an update. Olympique Marseille are working on a loan deal with a mandatory option to mandatory buy deal next season with Eddie Nketiah. First offer did not meet Arsenal's valuation, but both clubs began negotiations. Boring with a mandatory purchase of 30 to 35 million pounds is also nice. Interesting. So they're going to be getting a loan deal with around 30 to 35 million for Eddie Nketiah. So they get 1 year of trial with Eddie Nketiah to see how he is. And then after that, it's going to be a loan deal with an option to buy. Now, just to make sure I've crossed all my T's and dotted all my I's, Ryan Taylor Sport has reported that it's an obligation to buy for Eddie Nketiah, and the first deal falls short. Obligation to buy for Eddie Nketiah, and then negotiating. And then the update, Marseille are doing an obligation to buy. The French Open offer last week was starting negotiation, but did not reach an evaluation of Arsenal. So yeah, so Eddie Nketiah to Marseille, loan with an obligation to buy. I love it.
Yeah, I'll take it. Because it's an obligation to buy, it means that we can spend the money before receiving it. So I'll take it, man. I just want to see the number.
Bro, 30 to 35 million for Eddie Nketiah is amazing business.
Yeah, that's really good business.
And people were telling me you're deluded if you think you're going to get that kind of money. Marseille seem to be interested in selling him, buying him. So this looks like, and we do have a little bit of a bidding war, as Fulham, Crystal Palace are also all interested in Eddie Nketiah. So this is a good situation. And they just sold Aubameyang also. So funny how Aubameyang left Arsenal, Eddie Nketiah came in, took his place. Now Aubameyang's leaving Marseille, and Eddie Nketiah is potentially going to be taking his place also.
Yeah, and I mean, if he does go Marseille, that will be Eddie Nketiah and Mason Greenwood up top. That's a duo that will destroy the French league. So yeah, it's looking good for Marseille. I can't lie.
Yeah, Marseille also got Højbjerg recently.
That's dead. Højbjerg is crap, man. I'm sorry, I can't stand I can't stand the guy, man.
Eddie to Lille. No, Eddie's not going to Lille. So Marseille signed Greenwood and getting Eddie. Yes, they want both. Toney would be good at Arsenal. You guys just don't like him because Arteta doesn't like him. No, I like him. Arteta doesn't want him, so we're not going to sign him. If I like the player, but the manager doesn't want him, what am I going to do? Am I going to try to convince Arteta to sign Ivan Toney? It's not going to work, is it? But yeah, let's talk about Ramsdale though. Ramsdale, bro, we need to sell Ramsdale, but he's not back until late in the transfer window, right? And there's a situation where we sell Ramsdale, we're gonna have to bring in another keeper. What are we doing?
I mean, it's down to Ramsdale, right? Like if he's happy being,
would you sell him to Chelsea or Newcastle?
I don't care where we sell him. If we can generate around 30 to 35 million pounds for him, just take the bid. If he wants to stay, I don't mind him staying as long as he knows that he's not going to be the first team goalkeeper and he's probably just going to be the Carabao Cup, FA Cup goalkeeper. Then cool. If he's not happy with that, send him on his way. Personally, I would prefer to sell him to Newcastle over Chelsea if I had a choice. But whoever's willing to pay the money. We take the money, we reinvest.
I heard Aaron Ramsdale might leave Arsenal this summer. Newcastle and Southampton, which is his boyhood club that he loved watching, are interested in him. But a bid around 50 million is expected. If we get a 50 million pound bid, I'm accepting it in 2 seconds, and I'm flying him to whatever part of the country he needs to go to.
Yep.
If we get anything over 40 million for Ramsdale, accept it immediately. I don't know about you.
And I'm there with you, bro. Immediately, quick, fast.
What? Because at this moment in time, a 50 million pound bid for Ramsdale, we buy our new goalkeeper Dan Bentley for like 1 million. We buy the number 2 for like 15 million. We make, what is that? Pure profit, the rest of it.
Yeah.
So that would be 16 million for 2 goalkeepers, and then you're left over with the 34 million.
Around about profit. That, which is roughly
how much did we pay for him originally?
Like 30. I think it was 30 million we paid for him.
32. So we're not trying to be an accountant or anything, but we're making good money on Ramsdale if we can get 50 million. But I'm concerned. I don't think we're going to get 50 million. Yeah, what money do Southampton have to give us 50 million for Ramsdale? What money do Newcastle have to give us 50 million for Ramsdale?
No, Newcastle offloaded a few players, so I think they could generate the money. I think
his wages are crazy also. Ramsdale just got a new contract.
Yeah, but if he goes to Southampton, he fully understands that he's taking a pay cut. He'd be an idiot to not think he's not taking a pay cut going to Southampton. Southampton are not paying the same amount of money that Arsenal pay. Maybe at Newcastle he'd get a similar contract, but yeah, not at Southampton. Then it's like, okay, is it really your boyhood club? Did we find out?
But bro, 50 million. No, nobody's giving us 50 million for Ramsdale. I'd be shocked if they give us 50 million for Ramsdale.
So would I. Personally, I would be shocked as well, especially considering that they know that he's not in like Arsenal's mind as their first choice goalkeeper. So I would be surprised if we get anything over 40 million. But
yeah, it is what it is. What are we gonna do, people? There's not much more that you can do. But do me a favor, guys. We are at the end of the show. I'll be doing a call-in show tonight. I'll do a call-in show tonight. So please do get involved, guys, as I will be doing a call-in show tonight to discuss everything. So please do that. Make sure you guys do hit that like button right now. We're pretty much out of here, people. I'm gonna be heading out. And what I need you guys to do is please do hit that like button. Go check out Troops' video. Big up to you, Halfway Hooks, for jumping on. I really do appreciate it, bro. And please do send me the link to your channel. I'll put it in the description in the private. And yeah, we're out of here, people. Yeah, Ramsdale ain't worth 50 million. We know that. We'll be back at 9 o'clock. At 8 o'clock for a call-in show. I'll catch you guys then. Peace out, guys. We're out of here. Peace. Love.